had somebody and you knew they was right.
Real quick, I wanted to come in and talk about the Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish interview on the Breakfast Club. Um, I'm going to play what somewhat of the interview of the things that he had to say. One thing I will say is that Kevin Hart came. He wanted to say what he had to say. Most of the time when things happen, he don't really respond on things, and Tiffany doesn't either. But with that whole Katt Williams interview, you kind of had to respond. And I like how he said, like my little sister ball over the fence, I'm trying to get her ball back over the fence. I know we all been there. I have a little sister. If anybody mess with my sister, I would come for you immediately. I don't care what you say about me. If you come for my sister, it's a wrap for you. So I understand what he's saying about that. And as I said in the video that I made before, I love Katt Williams. I think he's very talented. But like I said, okay, you don't think Tiffany Haddish is funny, but I think she's funny. I think she's talented. And I don't think everyone thinks she's funny, but she's funny to a lot of people. Got a girl blowing up. I like her stuff. She's getting that shmoney. You can't really hate on that. Same with Kevin. I felt like her and Kevin doing the same thing. Kevin came out first, blah, blah, blah. I kind of like how he was talking about, I didn't really know. Well, I kind of knew a little bit that Mike Epps kind of came from him, and so did Katt Williams. Tiffany said they both got started in the same movie. But anyway, it's not either here or there. But I do not agree with the fact of tearing down someone else because they are doing something that you did years ago, but a different way. She's using her platform to blow up, and what is wrong with that? And as Kevin said, some things that Katt Williams did to himself was the cause of not demise of his career, but maybe a halt. He could have been bigger than what he is. Now, the fact checking and everything that he was saying about the movies and everything, look, I don't know. We need to get some receipts around here because everybody's saying something back and forth, and we need some receipts. But either way, I do like what Kevin is saying. People complain about this, complain about that, and he decides to change it. And maybe because you're not involved with this movement, maybe the reason why you have a reason to complain about it. And I like how you said the women that's on your platform that you have, the women, the comedians that you have behind you, why not blow them up so you can blow up? You're mentioning their names. Where are they? We have not seen them do. Let's be honest, we haven't seen anything from the lady that you mentioned. Now, Linnell's always been on and off doing different things. I think she's on the Braxton doing something, but she's a comedian. Like Melanie and the other people that he mentioned, where are they? Kevin has always taken Tiffany under his wing, and you see her. Okay, so Katt, if you're taking them women under your wing, where are they located? Where are their, where are they at? Just being honest, and if they blow up, you blow up, because people attach them to you anyway. So I agree with a lot what Kevin had to say. Some things I was like, okay, we need receipts, but I feel that I like that about him and Katt or anyone else. So basically, I feel like before you speak on someone else's, well, I always say stay out of someone's pocket, their money. Don't count anyone else's money. Pretty much, unless you know what's going on behind the scenes. Really, truly, if you are an old head and you see new heads coming up, congratulate. Give them advice. Look out for them. Tell them, hey, don't do that. Hey, good job. I like that. Or whatever. But instead of tearing someone else down, because that's not going to benefit you or anyone else. And then as a culture, as a people, how do you look tearing another one of us down? So that's my soapbox. That's my change. I'm done.
What do we want? We complain that people of color weren't getting opportunities in Hollywood. We were getting ignored for the Oscars, for the Emmys. It was a big thing. After that big thing, people of color got recognized for their hard work, for their efforts, and run awards. People of color also won Emmys. People of color are now being given opportunities to star, to lead in various projects.
Well, just the ugly people,
Okay.
according to some.
Just according to some.
Okay.
When the people of color get these opportunities,
At all.
why are the people of color the ones that are tearing the people that are getting the opportunities down? My frustration comes from, you don't realize when I preach about the crabs in the barrel mentality that eventually we have to take responsibility for our actions. So if I'm looking at people that share my craft, I'm going to bring up the people that Katt Williams named. Little Rel, Gerard Carmichael, Hannibal Buress, myself, Tiffany Haddish.
Correct.
Little Rel is seeing so much success after doing his special Relevant. He went on to do Get Out. He now has a show that he's producing and starring in on Fox. Gerard Carmichael had his own show that he starred, wrote, produced. Gerard Carmichael was on to his second special. Hannibal Buress saw success within comedy specials and is now doing various movies where he's getting the opportunity to have features and to have a presence. Me, Kevin Hart, the guy that sits on top right now, have taken advantage of all the money that I have. I've shot over 56 specials for the up-and-coming generation of comedy. Why? Because I'm trying to create opportunities for others. So rather than complaining about it, I'm fixing it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I also take full responsibility for any and everything that I've done in the fucking business, good or bad. My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You fucked off promo shoots. You fucked off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I got to fix me, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lou Nell. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Katt Williams. Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are. I've used my platform and I've brought my guys and girls up. The brand of Kevin Hart is a brand that's expanded so fucking far, whether you like me or not. My presence in comedy will forever be felt because I'm a fucking boss. I sit on the top of it, and the opportunities that I'm giving are the ones that I'm creating. So take responsibility for what you did. You fuck you. Nobody else did. You don't hear Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, the Kings of Comedy, Seinfeld. You don't hear George Lopez, Eddie Griffin. You don't hear fucking who else can I go down the road of other comedians? Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain about the people that are coming under them. The reason why is because they're happy with themselves. Don't blame everybody else for your shit. Don't shit on my sister Light because you're not happy with your shit. This shit is earned. It's not given. I don't give a fuck if you're a Tiffany Haddish fan or not. It's earned. Tiffany Haddish got years in the game. It's not an accident that Tiffany Haddish got an opportunity to star in a movie. It's not an accident that that character popped in the movie. Written or not written, a character has to pop it.
And he even acknowledged the years that you've put in before that. Now I want to ask
That's
you,
what's so
because
contradictory
you were
about
very
it.
classy in your response on social media, because the first thing I thought was, that's effed up. What's Tiffany going to say? Because that has to be hurtful when somebody says something like that. Especially, I'm sure you were a fan of his, at some point.
I still am a fan of his. I think he's hilarious.
So what did you think when you heard that before you responded?
Well, I was like, dang, what'd I do to him? Did I fuck his man?